Baseball on 102.3 FM. Join us this spring as the Tigers march through the season. Our games are brought to you by AirServe Heating and Air, the Marys County Bank, Mailbox It, Lowe's Chevrolet, Memorial Chapels and Crematory of Waynesville, St. Robert, Ed Morris Ford, your shelter insurance agents, Dave Holland in Richland and John Gregory in Crocker, the Bank of Crocker, St. Robert Auto Supply, Phelps Health, the Bank of Iberia, and the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company. Let's play ball with your Waynesville Tigers.
And you and yours, I guess I should say a good evening to you and yours. We're out here in Richland, Missouri for today's Frisco League baseball matchup. It's going to see the home team, the Richland Bears. They take on the away team, the visitors, the Dixon Bulldogs. Connor Harbert here with you today, Z102.3. Of course, the opener said Waynesville baseball. Forgot to make an opener for this one. I apologize for that. But no, Richland and Dixon here today. Of course, the sponsors do remain the same, and we'll thank them a little bit later on in the broadcast. But this is a game between two teams, one that's trying to get back to 500 and another that's trying to gather more wins. A team that's had a great year this year in the Dixon Bulldogs. And, of course, Richland 4-5 on the year, trying to pick up that fifth victory. We're actually just a few moments away here. Looks like we might get going here right on the button here, right at about 5:30 or so. Our coaches currently meeting at home plate with our umpire for today's game. It's a nice day outside. Of course, last couple days there's been a lot of rain predicted. The rain didn't really happen, I guess you could say, in several parts of the area. Maybe a little bit less than what we thought we were going to get here today, but another beautiful day here. It's about 65 degrees or so. What I will say is that it's very, very windy here in Richland today. You might catch it. You might hear it picked up on my microphone. Of course, I got the crowd mic, trying to get that crowd mic working here today. So we're kind of waiting to see how much of that wind you can kind of pick up, but it's going to be windy. The wind's blowing out toward right field. There is definitely a case. If you can catch one, maybe if you swing a little bit early, if you're a left-handed batter, you kind of hold back on one. If you're a right-handed batter, you might be able to hit that one over the right field fence, 323 down the lines. It's just something we're going to have to kind of wait and see here today. But we should get our starting lineups here again in just a moment. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick 1-minute timeout. We'll come back. I'll go over those starting lineups for you, and we'll get you going here for this contest today. Again, it's Richland and Dixon here in Richland. Back in 1 minute, you're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
Turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage. New Year's savings all the way through February at St. Robert Auto Supply, your Napa parts store. Get $20 to $25 rebates on the purchase of Legend and Legend Premium AGM and AAA branded automotive batteries. Since it's the coldest time of the year, several Napa brand battery chargers are on sale too, as well as booster cables. Save 50% on Napa night vision headlights. All the oil and antifreeze you'll ever need, you'll find at St. Robert Auto Supply. And pick up a gallon jug of Peak Window De-Icer Windshield Wash in anti-frost purple, $4.49. This and more at your Napa parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply, where you get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar asks, ever wonder what it would be like to live in an alternate universe? One where everything seems to work just the opposite of the way you'd expect? Well, friends, welcome to the alternate universe of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. The taste is nothing less than outrageously delicious. And Mountain Dew Zero Sugar comes in awesomely exhilarating flavors like Original Dew Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew Spark Zero Sugar, and Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar. Try the incredible flavors of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Zero Sugar, all dew.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles, it's a relief to see that big old tree you've always loved, still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard.
Here, how much wind we've got for you today. Of course, we are back to action here, Z102.3. About to get going here with our Frisco League contest of the evening. The Richland Bears, they play host to the Dixon Bulldogs. Connor Harbert here with you today, Z102.3, up in the Crow's Nest here in Richland. Definitely have a nice view of the ballpark. If not for the pole covering home plate, that's okay. We can work around it here. But we are about to get going. I was kind of caught off guard there by the national anthem, so let's go ahead and get your starting lineups here for this one. It looks like they may actually be doing starting lineups right now as well. First and foremost, we'll go ahead and take a look at the home team this evening in the Richland Bears. Again, 4-5 on the season, trying to get back to 500 today. Batting leadoff will be the catcher, Chase Otto, and then batting second will be your shortstop. That'll be Cade Belshie. Batting third baseman, Jackson Loblin. Batting cleanup today will be your pitcher. That'll be Mason Michaels. He is on the mound. Batting fifth will be your left fielder in Phoenix Johnson. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Jude Kramer. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Ethan Buttress. Batting eighth, second baseman in Aiden Polly. And then batting ninth will be the center fielder in Wyatt Cook. So Michael's on the mound, going through his warm-up tosses here at the moment as we actually take a look now at the Dixon starting lineup here today. Of course, they'll be up to the plate first here. Batting leadoff for the Bulldogs today, that'll be your pitcher, Case Sinden. He will pitch, he'll bat leadoff. He'll try to do both today. He'll try to help his own cause right from the get-go. Batting second will be your second baseman, Konosuke Shiroma. Batting third will be the shortstop in Drake Young. Batting cleanup will be your first baseman in Luke Roach today. Batting fifth will be the catcher, the man behind the plate, in Chase Houston. Batting sixth, the right fielder, that's going to be Joel Nivens. Batting seventh is your third baseman in Drew Young. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Evan Norton. And then finally, batting ninth, your left fielder, that'll be Garrett Johnson. Dixon, they are 10-3 on the season. Like I said, they've had a very good season thus far. And of course, they'll be up to the plate here in just a few moments. For Richland, this will be their first time, or this will be my first time I've seen them in action here this season. Second time we'll have seen the Bulldogs. You might remember last time out when we saw Dixon, it was also on the road. That game played in Crocker. Dixon handling a very good Crocker team. Crocker definitely a team well above 500 themselves. Kind of just dominated that one from the get-go. I believe it was an 8-3 victory there. No, that doesn't sound right. I believe it was about 9-2. I'll have to go back and check there, but what you need to know is that Dixon looked very, very good. Drew and Drake Young on the mound for the Bulldogs. They got it done, but of course today we will see Sinden on the mound there for Dixon. So of course this is always a lot of fun for me getting to see two more Frisco League teams. Of course I made it an effort this season when I looked at the schedule to try to get all 9 Frisco teams on. I believe we'll probably actually achieve that goal. So stay tuned. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Of course, I did manage to leave my schedule at home once again. I always tend to forget that. So we'll get going here. We'll kind of worry about that when it comes to pass. But either way, our warm-up tosses are done. Mason Michaels again on the mound. He will face off Case Sinden. Already have our first pitcher v. pitcher matchup of the evening. As Sinden steps in right side of the plate. Again, Connor Harbert here with you. Z102.3. From the windup, the first pitch here from Michaels. High and inside. That'll be ball one. Michaels, right-handed pitcher. Getting the start here today on seems to be a very high mound out there. Of course, Richland, all dirt infield. Here's a ground ball sent over towards second. Polly comes up on it, throw over to first. A little bit low, but nicely handled by Buttress over at first. That'll be out number one. So our game begins with a 4-3 put out And with Sinden put away, that brings us to the second baseman, Konosuke Shiroma. Shiroma, left-handed batter. Again, that wind blowing out toward right field. Curious to see if somebody can put a tag on one. First pitch, a swing, ground ball over to short this time. Belshi up on it, but he can't make the play on it. Ball goes by the glove. That'll be an error. And Shiroma finds his way on. So our game's first error coming 2 batters in. Bulldogs have their first base run of the ball game, and now we'll see what Drake Young can do with it. Young, the elder Drake. How about Drake the elder Young? Excuse me. Here's a pickoff throw to first. Shiroma diving back. Wearing number 1, batting from the right-hand side. And like I said, against Crocker, pitched a gem of a game. Only a few hits there in that one. Given up to the Lions. Next pitch on the way. Here's another ground ball. Could be 2. Polly has it. Bobbles it, though. Do they get a foot on the bag in time? They do not. That'll be another error. That time, the error will be on Polly over at second. That allows Shiroma to reach second base. Go down as a fielder's choice for Young. But I think he'll take getting on base safely. So first and second now. 3 ground balls, but still 2 base runners aboard. Here is the cleanup hitter, Luke Roach. First pitch, breaking ball, caught the zone, strike 1. Roach, a big guy in there, batting from the right-hand side. Again, a lot of these names I recognize from basketball season a few months ago. Here's a swing and a miss. And that'll be strike 2. See if Michaels can work around the early adversity here. Yet to give up a hit, but still 2 base runners aboard, including 1 in scoring position. Michaels from the stretch, coming set. 0-2 pitch. Here's a swing, another ground ball, this time up the third base line. Woblin has it, throw is low. Does Buttress have it? I believe he did, but meanwhile, Shiroma's going to come home. Throw's going to go to third now, and that one is going to be safe. Young takes third. So, Roach does ground out 5-3, but Shiroma able to come all the way home from second. As Dixon strikes first, they make it a 1-0 ballgame. Meanwhile, Drake Young, he does move all the way to third. He stands just 90 feet away now with 2 outs. As we see the catcher, Chase Houston. First pitch to the left-handed batter. Outside, ball 1. Yeah, nice day here in Richland. If you don't like the wind, maybe that's not the right descriptor for you. Like I said, I'll try to keep the wind noise away as best I can. Here's a swing. High fly ball off toward the parking lot. That's dangerously close to my car. I thought I parked a safe distance away. Maybe not. Strike 1. That's the price you pay, the risk you take. Believe it's safe for now, though. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here in this 1-0 ball game, top of the first. Next pitch from Michaels. Here's a swing and a miss. And that'll be strike 2 here on Houston. So Houston going to fall behind the count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, right fielder Joel Nivens in the hole. The inning continues on. Drew Young. Here is that 2-strike pitch. Falls outside. Ball 2. Fans still filing into attendance here in Richland. Healthy attendance by, well, looks like both fan bases here. Obviously, plenty of Richland fans to my left. Most of the Dixon conglomerate to my right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch. Swing, ground ball, but foul. Houston lives to see another pitch. Like I said, up in the crow's nest today, and there's a funny story behind that. I got a little nostalgic when I saw this crow's nest, this press box, if you will, when I got here this afternoon. It's a long story, may not have time to tell it to you at the top of the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll see how this batter goes. Next offering on the way. Here's a breaking ball, swing, pop fly. This one will just barely leave the infield. Underneath it, the shortstop Belshi makes the grab to end the inning. So a couple of errors allow a couple of Dixon base runners They take advantage of it. A fielder's choice allows Konosuke Shiroma to come all the way home. Excuse me, how about a ground out? Allows Konosuke Shiroma to come all the way home. Dixon takes a 1-0 lead. 1 run, no hits, 2 errors, and 1 runner left on base. Bottom of the first we go. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
As the years go by, everything gets older. Even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Hey folks, Mike Freeman with Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert, where you'll always get more. With one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the area, you'll get more selection. With a friendly professional sales team, you'll get more customer service. And with incredible deals right now on every pre-owned in stock, you'll get more for your money. Come by Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert today or shop 24/7 at edmorsefordstrobert.com. And remember, you'll always get more when you shop at Ed Morse.
Back here in the bottom of the first, or at least about to get going here with the bottom of the first. Case Sinden on the mound going through his warm-up tosses. Bottom of the first upcoming here. I already mentioned that a couple times for you, but it is a 1-0 ball game. Dixon able to pick up a run off of a couple of Richland errors in the top half of this inning. So we'll see if the Bears can respond here and make this a brand new ball game heading on into the second, or maybe even taking the lead. Why stop at 1 run when you can maybe get more? But of course, Friday evening. Glad you could join me here. Our second game of the week. Had a little bit of Waynesville baseball yesterday, back home in Waynesville. Of course, we'll have Waynesville for you next week. They'll be on Wednesday, but I do believe we have another game besides that for you. Like I said, I'll have to find a way to maybe access my schedule. I know I probably have it somewhere. Now that I think about it, no, I don't have my laptop on me, so probably not. But either way, always be listening in to our, of course, our 2 stations, 97.9, 102.3. Always letting you know where we're going to be and when. So here we go. Sinden ready to go as our first batter steps up to the plate. Catcher Chase Otto batting leadoff here today. Takes a first pitch too low, ball 1. I do believe I have another Dixon game next week. Trying to put together the pieces here. Ground ball to the right. Foul, though. That'll be strike 1. Otto, Belshi, Lobland set to bat here in this half inning. Of course, just getting things started here. Ball game about 10 minutes old or so. 1-1 offering from Sinden. Here's a hard hit ground ball over toward short. Drake Young has it. Throw across over to first. Roach reaches out. Makes the grab for out number 1. So both teams getting their day started with a ground out. That time a 6-3 put out for Otto. And with 1 out here in the bottom of the first, how about shortstop Cade Belshi? Like I said, lots of names I recognize from basketball season. That being the last time I was in Richland for districts. Boys districts. Of course, won by Eugene. 0-1 now on the way. Here's a swing and a fly ball sent out toward right. Underneath it, right fielder Joel Nivens makes the grab, and that's going to be a quick out number 2. Also showing a little bit of power there, unfortunately. Didn't get much in the way of wind on that one. The wind kind of dying on it a little bit. Nivens makes the grab. And with 2 down, base is empty. Here's third baseman Jackson Lobland. Talking about districts, Lobland had a huge game. Unfortunately, Richland getting eliminated in that game, but Lobland gave him a chance there in that one. Going to take a first pitch strike here, 0-1. From the windup, send another pitch. Here's a fly ball sent off toward the right, but looking foul. Up off the train tracks. 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes here. Dixon looking for the 1-2-3 inning. See if they get it here. Send it to the windup. And another fly ball sent off toward the train tracks. And we'll do it again, 0-2. Just looking at the massive dust cloud. Kicks up every time a gust of wind comes through. Next pitch, fly ball sent off toward the left this time. But that one also goes out of play. So a battle brewing here between Loveland and Sinden. No, still no balls, still 2 strikes. Loveland able to make contact. Next pitch on the way. That one stays inside. There you go. That's your first ball. 1-2. One and two away. Nobody aboard. 1-0 ball game. Next pitch. Also inside. Count evens up. 2-2. Sinden having to throw a lot of pitches here in this at-bat to try to get Loveland. Working quickly now. Next pitch. That one too high. 3-2. So now all the way back here to our first full count of the evening. Here's the payoff pitch. In the zone, strike 3 called. So Sinden gets his first strikeout of the day. The strikeout looking. They'll get the 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the first. So nothing doing here for Richland in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Top of the second. We go here in Richland. Bulldogs leading this one. They lead the Bears 1-0. Back in another 60, you're listening to Frisco League Baseball, Z102.3.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
For a free insurance review,
for auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your Shelter Insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
Wondering where to go for care at Phelps Health? For non-life-threatening conditions that require ongoing care and prevention, like annual checkups or colds, make an appointment with one of our primary care providers. When you need immediate attention for non-life-threatening health matters, like a cut that may require stitches, our immediate care clinics in Rolla and Waynesville are here to help. And if you're experiencing life-threatening medical issues, the Phelps Health Emergency Department is committed to caring for you when you need it most. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more.
About to start the top of the second here in Richland. 1-0 our score. The Dixon Bulldogs, they lead the Richland Bears here in this one. Our Frisco League game of the week, if you will. Might not be the only week where we have. Might not be. Words are hard. Give me a moment. Let me gather my thoughts. Not always limited to one game of the week. There you go. I was going to say maybe in the next couple weeks ahead. Might be bringing you more than one Frisco League game. But this is our one for the week here on this Friday evening. 6, 7, and 8 coming up here for the Bulldogs. Here's a first pitch swing and a line drive out to right center that gets down for a base hit. So Niven's aboard. Now going to try to stretch it out to 2. The ball bobbled out in center field. He's going to be there. So it'll be a single. And then I'll say an error to allow Nivens to advance over to second. Be an error on the center fielder, Cook. As Dixon wasting no time. One pitch. Getting a man over on second. So Niven's on here. We'll see what the left-handed batter Drew Young can do. Young stands in. First pitch, well outside for ball 1. Again, Mason Michaels still on the mound here for the Bears. I was going to say he had to give up a hit. That's not true. His first hit given up of the day, even if just a single. Again, 3 errors behind him here. Richland going to need to clean things up here on the defensive side. Next pitch from Michaels, also outside. That'll be ball 2. 2-0. Next pitch, swung, ground ball, back up the middle into the outfield. That might score a run here. They're going to try to send Nivens from third. Throw comes in, back into the infield. Play's actually going to be at second. The run scores. They will make the tag. He is out at second. So Young will get the single. He'll get the RBI, but the base paths will be empty. Dixon, they take a 2-0 lead. No hesitation in sending Nivens on that play. He does score. Unfortunately, Young, who maybe thought that throw-in from the outfield was going to go all the way to home plate, he took off for second. But Michaels was there, standing near the mound to grab that ball, the cutoff man, and fire it on back over to second. So bases empty, 2-0, one down. First pitch to Evan Norton. Misses the zone, ball one. Next pitch, swung on, line drive. A ground ball, but it's up the first base line, gets into the outfield. Another base hit. That one gets by the right fielder. That's going to turn a single into something more here. Rounding second is Norton. He's going to be all the way into third. So another error here on Richland. This time it's a two-bagger error. It'll go down as a single first. Then an error on the right fielder to get him all the way to third. One out here for the number 9 batter in the lineup, left fielder Garrett Johnson. So Johnson's first trip to the plate coming up here in the second. Takes a first pitch strike. RBI opportunity with a man over on third. 3 straight singles here in this inning for Dixon. Next pitch, the 0-1, well outside, ball one. Nicely handled, though, by Otto, who comes out of the stance. It's a relatively decent-sized backstop here. Can't see the full extent of it from where I'm sitting here. But I can tell you, if the ball goes by, you'll definitely have to travel a ways. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Throw on down to third, but Norton does get back. Count goes 1-2. 1-2. Next pitch. Here's a swing, ground ball over to first. That one gets by. That's in the right field. Run scores. And Johnson will find his way to first. Another error here on Richland. Their third of the inning, 5th of the game. And Dixon leads 3-0. Ethan Buttress over at first. Didn't get behind that one. Kind of the old Ole. First pitch here to Case Sindit as we move back to the top of the Dixon lineup now. It's a called strike one. Like I said earlier in the inning, Richland going to need to try to clean things up a little bit. Dixon for sure finding base hits. Again, 3 hits in the inning, but they're getting more than just the one bag. And that's where the problem lies thus far. Another pickoff throw, but again, Johnson gets back in time. Oh, 1 now delivered. Here's a swing, fly ball, off over the train tracks, into the trees. And we go 0-2. Michael's still looking for that first strikeout. No walks, no strikeouts today. No balls, 2 strikes. Looking for that strikeout pitch. No, here's a line drive over to second. Caught by Pillai. Throw to first is in time. Double play. That ends the inning. So a nice play there for Richland after the defensive struggles to get themselves out of the inning with minimal damage. Just the 2 runs across. But Dixon does put 2 across. 2 runs on 3 hits. Again, 3 errors for Richland in that half inning. But nobody left on base. A double play getting them out of the inning. So Richland back to the plate. Dixon back out in the field. We'll come back in 60 with your bottom of the second. Again, 3-0 your score. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
The trucks are coming in and coming in. Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville has vehicles on the lot with your name on it. Stop by and check out the selection. Take your pick and drive off the lot today with a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Lowe Chevrolet can help you with financing, service, and so much more. Serving the community you live in for over 30 years. Lowe Chevrolet off I-44 exit 156 in Waynesville.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Again?
Yeah.
I'm on my way.
What you put off maintaining today could cost you more later on. When it comes to your vehicle's tires, it's essential for your safety and the safety of others that your tire pressure, tread, and sidewalls are in good shape. Drive with peace of mind.
At Clark Tire Company of Camdenton, you can always count on the friendly staff who value their customers. For tire service and maintenance to keep your family safe, stop in Clark Tire of Camdenton.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Bottom of the second here in Richland. Hard hit ball out towards center field. That gets down for a base hit. Good start to the inning here for the Bears. It's Mason Michaels comes through. Leadoff batter aboard here for the Bears. Trailing 3-0 here in this one. 3-0 our score. 5 Richland errors through the first 2 innings. No earned runs for Dixon just yet. But earned runs, unearned runs, it's all relative. Just have the bigger number at the end of the game. See if the Bears can generate some offense here. A good start to the inning. Phoenix Johnson taking a first pitch strike. Johnson playing left field, batting from the right-hand side. Watches one inside. Count going 1-1. Connor Harvey here with you, Z102.3. Again on this Friday evening. Glad you could join me, whatever you may be doing. And wherever you may be. That pitch going to run inside. That's going to hit him. So a hit by pitch will put a second base runner aboard. Michaels moving on over to second. First and second, nobody out. Here for right fielder Jude Kramer. So Kramer going to settle in here. Kramer, who might have the longest locks I've ever seen on a baseball field. At least games I've called. He's going to take a first pitch strike. It's glorious. No balls, 1 strike. Next pitch, squaring up to bunt, but pops it up. Behind home plate, diving after it, Houston, but he can't make the catch. It'll just be strike 2. Kramer will live to see another pitch. We'll see what Kramer can do with the opportunity. 2 strikes now, most likely not going to be bunting again. Need to come through here. 3 outs to work with, and a runner in scoring position. Be a big deal to get someone started here. Next pitch from Sinden. Watched it go by, skipped the plate, ball 1. Wind continues on to blowing out toward right field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sinden from the stretch. Next pitch. Close, called strike 3. Off the corner. So Kramer strikes out looking. Second strikeout of the day for Sinden. Bringing us now to the first baseman, Ethan Buttress. Number 2, Ethan Buttress settling in, right-hand side. Righty versus righty matchup incoming. Now with 1 out in this bottom of the second. First pitch. Ground ball over to second. Could be 2. Shroma eats him up a bit. Play has to go to first, but he will make the play. Both other runners advance. Second and third now with 2 outs. Here for Aiden Palat. Could have been 2. Ball ate up Shroma a bit. Had no choice but to make the play over at first. So both runners now still over. Second and third. Ollie needing to come up big here. Ground ball, first base side. That stays in fair territory. Trying to head down the line here. It's a race to the bag, but Dixon's going to win it. And they'll keep that run off the board. So, almost a run across for Richland there as that ball came back into fair territory, but Ollie unable to beat it down the line. That ends the inning for Richland. So, for the Bears here in this bottom of the second, they pick up no runs, 1 hit. There were no errors. And there was 2 runners left over on base. That takes us on into inning number 3. With the Dixon Bulldogs still leading this one 3-0. Take another 60 seconds. Come right back. You're listening to Frisco Baseball on Z102.3.
Turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage. New Year's savings all the way through February at St. Robert Auto Supply, your Napa parts store. Get $20 to $25 rebates on the purchase of Legend and Legend Premium AGM and AAA branded automotive batteries. Since it's the coldest time of the year, several Napa brand battery chargers are on sale too, as well as booster cables. Save 50% on Napa night vision headlights. All the oil and antifreeze you'll ever need, you'll find at St. Robert Auto Supply. And pick up a gallon jug of Peak Window De-Icer Windshield Wash in anti-frost purple for $49. This and more at your Napa parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply, where you get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Time for a new inning here in Richland. Top of the third for you. Dixon Black up to the plate here, leading this one 3-0 over the host Richland Bears here in this one. Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3. I know I've mentioned it several times, but I continue to battle the wind here. When you work with paper outside, you know it can be quite tricky. In fact, I had to chase my Dixon lineup card halfway across the stadium, halfway across the field today. Got away from me. I was using my phone as a paperweight. I picked up my phone without thinking about it. Off goes the lineup card. Had to chase it back down the stairs and, well, halfway up the first base line. But I got it. Saved. Didn't have to go sheepishly ask the Dixon coaches for another lineup card, or at least their lineup proper here. So we get going here. First pitch strike here to Konosuke Shiroma. 2, 3, and 4. Next pitch, well outside. Goes to the backstop, ball 1. Shiroma 0 for 1 today. Reached on an error in the first. He ended up scoring later on in that inning. Again, 3 runs for Dixon today, but none of them earned. 0 unearned runs. Runs are runs. Here's another ball that goes low and away. Off to the backstop once more, 2-1. Of course, earned runs, runs that are picked up via hits, walks, hit by pitches, etc., etc. But errors. Here's a deep fly out toward right. If it's fair, it's gone, but it goes foul. Roma put a beat on that one. Probably well supported by the wind, but hooks just foul. So you have to come back here with a count of 2-2. Michaels still looking for that first strikeout. Has another chance here. Coming all the way through the windup and the pitch. 2-0, ball 3. Of course, big thank you to all of our sponsors. Remember to mention them today. Did not do that yesterday. I always make a point of it. I do think I forgot yesterday. Full count, payoff pitch, 2-0 to the backstop. Sherman will hustle down the line here, but that'll be a walk given up here by Michaels. So Dixon again, they put a base runner on here in the third. Next man up to the plate, shortstop Drake Young. Before we get to Young, though, meeting of the minds between Otto and Michaels. Otto's going all the way to the mound to talk things over with his starting pitcher today. So our meeting will come to a conclusion. Otto back to behind home plate. Our umpire ready to go here as Young settles in. Immediately squaring up to bunt here. Pitch comes in, pulls it back, pitch outside. Otto threatens a throw down to first, but holds back on it. 1-0. How about we go through those sponsors now, here after this next pitch? Assuming we don't get any action afterwards. Michael's going to step off here. Big thank you to Air Serve, St. Robert Auto Supply, PepsiCo, specifically Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Make Gary happy. Running a Mountain Dew ad here today. Next pitch on the way. Jerome, a big leap off of first, but comes back to first as the pitch misses high. Maybe said Bank of Iberia already, but again, thanks to Bank of Iberia, Waynesville Memorial Chapel, Mailbox it, the Bank of Crocker at Morse Ford in St. Robert. Next pitch on the way. Sharoma taking off. Here's a swing. Fly ball. Out of play to the right. He'll have to come all the way back. That'll be strike one. Shelter Mutual Insurance, Phelps Health, Lowe's Chevrolet, Mary's County Bank, and Clark Tire. Also, big thank you to Misha. Without them, wouldn't be out here doing high school sports. Misha, the arbiter of all things high school athletics. 2-1. Sharoma again, another big leap, but the pitch is taken for a called strike two. Sharoma definitely making him think over there. Michaels, now with 2 strikes, might be focusing more on getting this batter out at the plate. Young 0 for 1, fielder's choice, first time up, next pitch. Here's a swing, foul ball. Again, Sharoma will have to come all the way back. One ricocheting off the cage right in front of us. So we stay 2-2. Here in this top of the third. Dixon leading 3-0 here in this one. Next pitch. Close, but too low, ball 3. Dixon yet to score in the inning. In fact, just our second hitter of the inning. But they did score 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Full count, payoff pitch, inside, ball 4. Drake Young will draw the walk. 2 straight walks here to begin the third. So a couple base runners on here for the Bulldogs. Next man up here, how about Luke Roach? Roach, 0 for 1, RBI today. Brought Sharoma home in the first. Similar situation to what we currently have now. Sharoma on second. Roach at the plate. Only difference, actually, there is no difference. Exact situation, first and second. And I guess there was an out. But this one's going to run inside and hit him. Roach going to take one off the left shoulder. And that'll load the bases. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bulldogs can seriously do some damage here. See if the Bears can work out of this one. There are ways, force it any back. Of course, we've seen the Bears pull off one double play today. That ended the second. Trading 2 outs for a run is always a possibility, but here's a line drive sent out toward right. Coming up on its Kramer, but he's unable to make the grab. 1 run will come across. Not going to try their luck with any more. Everybody advances 1 bag. As Chase Houston finds himself an RBI single, he'll make it a 4-0 Dixon ballgame. So Sharoma scores on the RBI single. That will be Dixon's first earned run of the game. But it is a 4-0 score. And base is still loaded, nobody out. Here's right fielder Joel Nivens. Nivens gave Dixon its first hit of the game in the second inning. Stretched a single into a 2-bag play off of an error out in center field. Eventually came around to score. 0-1 count on him here. Another pitch that runs inside. Michael's definitely working inside. That last pitch, or that pitch to Roach landed a little too far inside, but he's definitely trying to work that inner half of the plate. Next pitch. Swing, foul ball off to the right. We go 1-2. Young on third, Roach on second, Houston on first. And nobody away here. Richland playing straight away. Center fielder drifted slightly to the left of second. Next pitch, 2-strike pitch, low and away in the dirt. Nicely dug, though, by Otto. Count simply goes 2-2. Two and two the count. Next 2-strike pitch. That one remains high. Ball 3, full count. Another errant pitch. That might walk a run home. No room for error here at the moment here from Michaels. It's already given up 2 walks in this inning. Also a hit by pitch. Here is that payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Nivens thought he had the walk, but it's a called strike 3. Michaels gets his first strikeout. A big strikeout here. Double play can now end the inning. One away, base is still loaded. Here's Drew Young. Jed Nivens about halfway down the line when that one was called strike 3. He thought that one was a little bit too inside. First pitch here to Drew Young, 2-0, ball 1. Young, 1 for 1 with an RBI. Next pitch, down the middle, called strike 1. Found himself a single, but was thrown out, trying to stretch it into a double. Next offering from Michaels. Breaking ball outside, ball 2. Young ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Michaels from the stretch. Just misses the lower half of the zone. 3-1. Another 3-ball count here. See if Michaels can stave it off. Michaels coming set, delivers. Swing, ground ball, first base line, gets through, base hit. That's going to score at least 1 run. 1 run's across. They'll try to send Roach home from second. Play is not going to be in time. 2 runs will score. It's an RBI, 2 RBI double here for Drew Young. Ground ball down the line. Buttress unable to get over to it over at first base. And Dixon now leads this one here at 6-0. So Young and Roach both score on the play. First pitch here to Evan Norton. Misses, ball 1. Runners on second and third now. Houston on third. Young on second. 1-0 count to Norton. Next pitch, outside to the backstop. They're going to try to send Houston home from third. Here's the play at the plate. He is safe. Drop the ball. The tag would have been in time, but unable to hang on to the baseball. So the wild pitch will make it a 7-0 game. Houston scores. Young advances to third. Runner on third with 1 away now. But Dixon slowly ramping up that offensive production. They've now brought 4 here in this half inning. Two balls, no strikes here at the plate as we get back to it. Another brief meeting between Otto and Michaels. Coming set, pitch. Staying high, ball 3. There is room to give up now. First and second unoccupied. Getting the 1 out. Strikeout looking. Joel Niven striking out earlier. Next pitch, caught the outer half. Strike 1. Norton taking that one all the way. 3-1, still a hitter's count. Next pitch to Norton. Thought it was ball 4, but going to be called strike 2. And Norton taking off toward first, but it will be called back in, now to face a full count. Norton straightaway stance, Michaels coming set, and the pitch. Payoff pitch, called strike 3. So from 3-0, Michaels delivers 3 straight strikes. Catches Norton looking. Pick up out number 2. Strikeout number 2 for Michaels. Both strikeouts coming in this half inning. See if you can keep that train going here. Here's Garrett Johnson. Johnson takes a first pitch strike. Of course, Dixon's already done their damage here in this half inning, but Michael's starting to put the strikes. 0-1 delivered now. That one's too low. 1-1. By the way, 323 down the lines here in Richland. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. 360 to deep center. In between, I think this ballpark's fairly symmetrical, but no signs to tell me. Here's a ground ball over to second. Polly has it. Throw to first. Is going to be in time. And that ends the inning. But Dixon does send 8 batters to the plate here in the top of the third. 8 batters. They pick up 4 runs. 4 runs on 2 hits. There was no errors. And there was 1 runner left on base. So that'll take us to the top of the third, the bottom of the third, I should say, with our score. Dixon 7, Richland nothing. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to Frisco League Baseball 97, how about Z102.3.
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar asks, ever wonder what it would be like to live in an alternate universe? One where everything seems to work just the opposite of the way you'd expect? Well, friends, welcome to the alternate universe of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. The taste is nothing less than outrageously delicious. And Mountain Dew Zero Sugar comes in awesomely exhilarating flavors like Original Dew Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew Spark Zero Sugar, and Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar. Try the incredible flavors of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Zero Sugar, all dew.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles, it's a relief to see that big old tree you've always loved still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
Bottom of the third here in Richland. 7-0 our score. Dixon Bulldogs, they put 4 across in the top half of the inning. Bears trying to respond here. They'll have 9, 1, and 2 coming up to the plate. We will see the top of the order once more. Connor Harvard here with you. Z102.3. Of course, this isn't enough baseball for you today. Don't forget, we're on our other station, 97.9 The Source. Cardinals baseball for you. Playing on the West Coast. A weekend series with the Seattle Mariners. T-Mobile Stadium. Or is it T-Mobile Field? I don't remember which. But either way, they're in Seattle. 8:15 pregame. 9 o'clock first pitch. Again, over on 97.9. Wyatt Cook standing in at the plate. Takes a first pitch high. Ball 1. Next pitch. Here's a deep fly out toward right center. Going back on the right fielder Nivens, but that one gets down. Cook and around first. He's going to try to make it 2. He'll slide in there with a double. Leadoff double here for Wyatt Cook. And Richland puts themselves in another good spot here. They get some work done here. That'll bring us to the catcher, Chase Otto. 1 run's not going to get it done at this point in the game, but 1 run definitely helps. Maybe even a few more. Keep the line moving. Otto could square up to bunt here as he pulls up. 0 for 1 today. Now pulls the bat back. Takes it. Too low. Ball 1. Grounded out to short. Start the bottom of the first. Again, trying to find something here. Here's a pickoff throw over towards second. Cook diving back in. They'll be safe. So we continue to wait the 1-0 here. Case Sinden still on the mound from the stretch. Delivers. Gets away from the catcher. Cook taking off for third. He's going to be in there standing. And now Richland has a batter, has a runner 90 feet away. Wild pitch. And a 2-0 count. Next offering to Otto. Inside, ball 3. After Otto, Kate Belshey in the on-deck circle. Going farther, Jackson Lobland. Otto going to take one all the way, strike 1. In a blue sky day here on this Friday. Next pitch also taken. That'll be called strike 2. 3-0, we go 3-2. Payoff pitch incoming from Sinden now. That one swung on. Deep fly out to right. Might be deep enough to score a run. Catch is made in right. They're going to send Cook toward home. Play at the plate's not going to be in time. Cook slides in. Richland has their first run of the game. Cut the lead to 6. It's 7-1. Sacrifice fly for Chase Otto. He'll get the RBI. Always welcome. Base is empty. 1 out. Here comes shortstop Cade Belshie. Belshie 0 for 1. Flew out to right. His first time up. First pitch, taking it. Breaking ball drops in for strike 1. Waiting the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Another breaking ball. Here's a high fly ball out towards center. Tracking it is Norton, and he makes the grab. That's out number 2. A lot of air under that ball. Huge fly ball. But didn't catch all of it. So Belshie flies out, bringing us now back to Jackson Lobland. Lobland's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 1 of 2 strikeouts. First pitch, swinging away, fly ball, this time to left. Garrett Johnson under it. He'll reach up and make the catch. And that does it. Here for the bottom of the 3rd. So Richland will find their first run of the game. A sacrifice fly. Chase Otto coming through. They pick up 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. And nobody left on base. New inning here. Top of the 4th incoming. Leads cut to 6. Dixon 7. Richland 1. Back at 60. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball. Z102.3.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard.
Time for the 4th here in Richland. 7-1 our score. The Bears putting their first run across in the bottom half of the 3rd. But we'll need to try to keep this Dixon offense down. Dixon, 3 out of 3 innings they've scored here in this one. They've slowly ramped up the effort. 1 run in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd. Of course, what makes that 3rd inning different, they earned those runs. 0 out of 3 of their first 3 runs were earned. All 4 were earned in the 3rd. So, it's going to be up to Richland. Keep it going here. By the way, new pitcher for you. Cade Belshie. Belshie will take things over. Looks like a 1-for-1 swap. Belshie on the mound now. Mason Michaels will head over to short. There you go, 1-for-1 trade. As we go up here, it'll be 1, 2, and 3. Top of the order back up once more here for Dixon. First pitch, Case Sinden takes it high, ball 1. It is, in fact, Connor Harpett here with you. Z102.3. Music man by day. Newsman by day. Sportsman by night. Here's a swing, fly ball, off to the right, out of play. Strike 1. Music man, newsman. Takes calls, man. Do most of it, man. Don't do traffic, though. Next pitch. Here's another foul ball. Off behind us this time, 1-2. Also, don't do IT. Not very smart with computers. Big thank you to everybody who can help me out in that regard. Next pitch, low and away, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch. Hard hit ground ball over to second. That one bobbled up by Palan. Has to hurry. Throw to first. Not going to be in time. Error getting things started here in the 4th. That'll be Richland's 6th. So Sinden makes his way over to first on the error. That brings us to, once more, Konosuke Shiroma. Shiroma batting from the left-hand side once again. He is 0 for 1. First pitch runs inside, actually went behind him there. To the backstop it goes. Sinden going to take advantage of it. He heads on over to second. Wild pitch, puts a runner in scoring position now. Shiroma had to do a little bit of the matrix to get away from that one. That one about shin high behind him. Able to lean forward. That one now above the head of Shiroma. Again, gets away from Otto briefly. Able to track it down, though. Keep that runner over on second. Count goes to 2-0. So far, Belshi, like Michaels before him, working that inner half of the plate. Maybe a little bit too inside. Needs to bring it back toward the right here. Next pitch. Tries to do so, but this time it's outside. Ball 3. Rio count. Shiroma squaring up to bunt, but takes the pitch high. That'll be ball 4. So Shiroma draws his 2nd straight walk today. He'll trot on down to first. First and second now with nobody out. Here comes the shortstop in Drake Young. So Young down. Chance to do some damage. Runners on first and second. First pitch up high. It's ball 1. Young today, he is 0 for 1. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Then walked in the 3rd. Player became one of those 4 runs that came across in that inning. 1-0 delivered. Here's a swing. Foul ball to the right. 0-1-1. The wind continues to blow here. 1-1 now delivered. 2-0 in the dirt. Ball 2. Blowing off toward right. Wind doesn't change all that too easy. Seen a few fly balls out to right today. Next pitch taken. Ball 3. We've seen a few out there. No deep flies yet. Almost had the one. Roma putting one on blast. Eventually the block, though. Next pitch taken. Call strike 2. Caught the outer edge. Full count now for you. Next pitch. Here's a swing. Fly ball out to center. Coming up on it quickly is Cook, but it gets by him in center field. That might score a run here. We'll see if they send Sinden from third. They're going to look for it here. Throw's going to not come in. Sinden makes his way in from second. It's an error that gives up a run as the lead's pushed back to 7 now at 8-1. Cook came up on it too fast out in center field. Tried to reach up on it, but by then it was too late. Ball zipped on by. So we're back to where we started. At least back before the bottom of the 3rd when Richland got that run back. 8-1 now with runners on first and second. Nobody away. First pitch strike called here against Luke Roach. Roach is 0 for 1, but he has an RBI to his name tonight. Next pitch, well high. Ball 1. Watch for Shiroma over on second there after every pitch. Coming well off the line. Definitely wants pitcher and catcher to think about him over there. Next pitch. Here's a swing, ground ball over too short. Could be two. Throw to second. That one gets by. Another error here for Richland. That's going to score at least one run. Kramer has it over and right. He'll bring it back in, but now they're going to try to send the runner. Play at the plate. Not in time. 2 runs will score. And that'll make a 10-1 lead here for Dixon. It was a ground ball. Ends up being a fielder's choice here for Roach. But Young able to reach second originally on the throwing error from short. By the time the play was over, both Sharoma and Young had scored. Took advantage of the slow rolling, getting it back in from right field. So 10-1 now our score. Dixon keeps its inning scored streak alive. Meanwhile, back at the plate, it's an 0-2 count here to Chase Houston. Swing and a miss at a pitch well low. He knew it. He'll step back in, facing the 0-2 count. Elshie, chance of that first strikeout today. Well ahead in the count. Next pitch, and he'll hit him. So that one runs inside on Houston. He'll take his base. He'll reach base for the second time in this game. He'll be first and second once more with nobody out. Here comes right fielder Joel Nivens. Nivens getting a crack at it once more, taking a first pitch strike. Finds the outer half. Nivens, 1 for 2. Single in the second, later came around to score. Struck out looking in the third. 2 strikeouts for Richland starter Mason Michaels. Throw back to the mound here after the 0-1 ball. 1-1. Gets away from Belshie, but not far enough. And either runner can advance. Getting your leadoff runner or your leading runner here, Luke Roach. Not going to take his chances. Next pitch, big swing and a miss, 1-2. On deck for Dixon, Drew Young. After Young would be Evan Norton. The inning continues on. Of course, still nobody out. Here comes the 1-2. Too low. All 2. Even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. How about the next one? That one's too high, all 3. Dixon yet to pick up a hit here in this inning. And taking advantage of 3 errors in this one, or at least in this half inning. 8 errors total. Next pitch, that one's going to be called strike 3. Throw down to first, gets away. That gets away from Buttress, out in the right field it goes. So Roach will advance over to third. So that'll be an error here on somebody to advance the runner to third, but Belshie does get the strikeout on Nivens. That'll be out number 1. Nivens knew it. He strikes out looking for the second time today. Again, Roach moving on over to third. Let's say that's an error on pitcher. Throw was a little bit off there. First pitch on the way here to Drew Young. Taking off for second is Nivens. Excuse me. How about Houston? He'll make his way in safely. No throw. Let's let him have the bag here. 0-1 count here to Drew Young. Next pitch, too high. Ball 1. 1-1 count. Runners on second and third. Roach, who got on base on a fielder's choice. And Houston, who reached on a hit by pitch. Here's a pop up left side of the infield. Underneath it, Loblin. Dixon in the glove. Out number 2. So Drew Young retired for the first time in this one. Get a chance to say he was 2 for 2 coming into that bat. Single, double, 3 RBIs for him. But retired. Pop up to third. Here's Evan Norton. Norton going to take a pitch high, ball 1. Norton, 1 for 2. Singled in the second. Ended up scoring in that inning. But he struck out in the third. Trying to right the ship here. get back in the hit column. He takes another pitch for ball 2. After Norton would be Garrett Johnson. Stands on deck. Next offering, well outside, ball 3. Pleased to see we've dropped no frames today. As far as I'm aware, no dropouts or anything. Here's a pitch taken all the way down the pipe for strike 1, 3-1. Of course, last time I was here in Richland, high school gyms tend to be a little wacky. Played with my connection a little bit. But outside tends to be a little bit easier. Here's a swing and miss for strike 2. Definitely gives me promise, or definitely gives me hope. As we travel to a few more ballparks here this season. Full count, payoff pitch. Swing, weak ground ball, third base side, foul. Do it again. First base unoccupied, so the runner's on second and third under no obligation to run with the pitch. Norton trying to keep this inning alive. Trying to stretch it out to what would be a 10-run lead. He can bring either runner home. Actually, it would be that runner on third. Has to be. Next pitch, outside. Ball 4, bases loaded. So Norton draws the walk, and so Dixon will have officially batted around here in this half inning. Ninth batter to the plate is the number 9 batter, Garrett Johnson. So no room for error here for Richland. As far as bases go, they are loaded. But fortunately for Richland, silver lining, the play really only has to go to first. First or the easiest bag. Step on second or third if you must. Even step on home plate if you must. It is a force at any bag. And of course you also have pop flies, flyouts, strikeouts, and the like. Batter interference, runner interference. Anything works. 1-0 the count. Next pitch, take it. Called strike 1. It's like maybe caught it about thigh high. So count evens up here. Johnson, who's 0 for 2 today. Reached base in the second, but on an error. And grounded out. Here's a swing. Ground ball over to second. Polly has it. Throw to first is mishandled by Buttress. Everybody's safe. Scores 1 run, make it 2. They'll send Houston home from third. And that'll make it 12-1. That'll be an error on Buttress. Throw is good from Pauly. But Buttress just missed the ball. So the inning continues on here, now with an 11-run Dixon lead. Bring up our 10th batter here in this half inning. Norton now the lead runner over on second. Johnson on first. 2-0 count here to Case Sinden. Now. Next pitch. Also too high. Ball 3. It's 1 errant pitch away from reloading the bases. So now 5 runs across for Dixon. Keeps the several streaks alive here. That one's taken for a call strike 1. They've scored in every inning, but they've also scored more each inning. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, and now 5 here in the fourth. 3-1. That one catches the outer half again. 3-2. Bases loaded. How about a full count here? 2 outs. Runners on first and second. They'll be running with the pitch. Here is that payoff pitch. Belshi delivers. And it is too low. Ball 4. Kind of a non-committal call here from our home plate umpire. But that'll be the walk, and the bases are loaded. Before we get to, once again, Konosuke Shiroma, we're going to have a visit to the mound here. Talking things over here with Belshi, who, again, started the 4th inning here. He's picked up a strikeout. He's also given up 3 walks and a hit by pitch. Again, Richland, 4 errors in this inning. No, 5 errors in this inning, excuse me. The errors have been the absolute killer for the Bears here in this game today. Force hits are hits. Walks are walks, hit by pitches are hit by pitches. But when you give up extra bases, that's when the trouble starts. That's something we mentioned yesterday. If you caught the Waynesville game. You just got to limit the bases if you're going to give up hits. Keep those runners moving just one bag at a time. Gives you enough time. First pitch here to Konosuke Shiroma. High for ball 1. 1-0. Here's a hard hit line drive right field side, but just foul. That almost certainly would have scored a couple runs. That ball smoked down the line, but everybody has to retreat. Count goes to 1-1. Shiroma not the biggest guy on the field by any means, but he does have some serious power. And we saw him hit a home run against Crocker over in Crocker earlier this year. Maybe looking for another one. Here is a fly ball out toward right. Underneath it is Kramer, but it goes over the top of him. So 1 run is scored, 2 runs will score. Heading on over to third is Sinden. Are they going to try to send him home? No, they'll hold him up here at third. But another 2 runs come across. I believe that ball did not touch glove, so it will go down as a base hit for Shiroma. He'll pick up a double, 2 RBI double, and that makes it 14-1 in favor of Dixon. So Sinden to third, Shiroma to second. 2 RBIs again for Shiroma. So the inning continues on here. Interesting to note, and I do believe, don't quote me on this. Here's a pitch that gets away. Wild pitch. Run scores. Make it 15-1. Throw on back. Here comes the next runner. That's going to be Shiroma to the plate. And he'll score and make it 16-1. I was just about to mention, we'll have to wait and see. I believe 15 runs is the run rule line. Now the home team has to get a chance to hit. But now, maybe that makes the bottom of the fourth a do or die. Here's a swing and a foul ball off to the right. I'll make it 1-1. It's 15 after 3, 10 after 5. So that makes things a little interesting here. Both runners score on the wild pitch, and then the error on the throw back to the pitcher. Richland just, unfortunately, error after error after error. 2-1 the count now here to Drake Young. There's a pitch taken, high, ball 3. That error number 6. Now 11 errors for the game. 3-1 now. Next pitch, inside, ball 4. Young draws the walk. So Young draws the walk here, and that brings us to a pinch hitter now for you. First change of the game. Stepping in. And that'll be Baker. Got to get a first name on for you. Handwriting on the scorecard is a little faint. Won't take me too long to get a first name, but Baker steps up to the plate here. First pitch on the way. Taking off for second is Young. No throw down. I'll just let him have the bag. Give me 1 second on that. I'd rather be correct than be quick. Reefin, Baker. Here's a big swing. Ground ball through the middle. That gets through. Young rounding third. He will score. RBI single here for Baker. Coming up big in his pinch hitting opportunity. And that makes it 17-1 in favor of Dixon. That brings us another visit to the mound. That'll be it here for Cade Belshie. So Belshie will come out of the game. Tell you what, let's go ahead and take ourselves a break. When we come back, I'll tell you all about the new pitcher As we continue on here with this top of the fourth, Dixon has exploded on the offensive side of things. They have now scored 10 runs here in this inning. They lead 17-1. Back in a few minutes, you're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
As the years go by, everything gets older. Even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps and at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Hey folks, Mike Freeman with Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert, where you'll always get more. With one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the area, you'll get more selection. With a friendly professional sales team, you'll get more customer service. And with incredible deals right now on every pre-owned in stock, you'll get more for your money. Come by Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert today or shop 24/7 at edmorsefordstrobert.com. And remember, you'll always get more when you shop at Ed Morse.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your shelter insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Hallett, your shelter insurance agent in Richland.
Wondering where to go for care at Phelps Health? For non-life-threatening conditions that require ongoing care and prevention, like annual checkups or colds, make an appointment with one of our primary care providers. When you need immediate attention for non-life-threatening health matters, like a cut that may require stitches, our immediate care clinics in Rolla and Waynesville are here to help. And if you're experiencing life-threatening medical issues, the Phelps Health Emergency Department is committed to caring for you when you need it most. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more.
Aiden Polly, the new pitcher, as we come back here. 17-1 our score. Dixon. Well, they've definitely exploded for some runs here in this half inning. Here's a swing and a miss, though. Chase Houston at the plate. He faces a 1-1 count. 2 outs. Runner on first. Here in this top of the fourth. And a 16-run advantage. This ballgame was 7-1 when we got things started here. Here's a big swing and a miss. And we go 1-2. Again, Richland, 6 errors, though, in this half inning. Dixon, they've definitely put bat to ball, but they've received some help in the field. 2-strike pitch outside. And we go 2-2. It's a bit unfortunate for the Bears there. They've definitely had playable opportunities. You got to convert them. Here's a swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. So Pauly comes in, one batter, gets the job done. Ends the inning here, but not before, again, Dixon. They pick up 10 runs here in this fourth inning. 10 runs on. Well, 10 runs on 2 hits. There were 6 errors, and there was 1 runner left over on base. I do believe it's do or die here for Richland here in the bottom of the fourth. They'll need 2 runs to keep this game alive here, heading on into the fifth. See if they can get it done. But for now, take a 60-second break. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here, Z102.3.
The trucks are coming in and coming in. Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville has vehicles on the lot with your name on it. Stop by and check out the selection. Take your pick and drive off the lot today with a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Lowe Chevrolet can help you with financing, service, and so much more. Serving the community you live in for over 30 years. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bottom of the fourth incoming here in Richland. Again, Richland going to need some runs here, I do believe. Run rule, 15 after 3, 10 after 5. We're in the fourth. The lead is 16, so my calculation's going to need 2 runs to keep this game going here as they head back to the plate once more. Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. A good part of the lineup to send up to the plate here. You'll have your middle of the lineup, or at least your cleanup batter coming up first here. See what Mason Michaels can do. Michaels 1 for 1 in today's game. Picked up a single his first time up. Case Sinden still on the mound here for the Bulldogs. Delivers the first pitch. Called strike 1. Sun's starting to drop a little bit here in Richland. Still plenty of sky, though, obviously. 6:45, according to my clock. 6:47. Let me go ahead and be technical for a minute. Next pitch taken. Called strike 2. Sinden working quickly. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Tag is applied. That'll be strike 3. First out of the inning. So Sinden picks up strikeout number 3 today. 1 down. Here comes left fielder Phoenix Johnson. Of course, that sun ever so slightly coming out of the clouds. Shining a light into the box. Rarely see my laptop screen. But first pitch here to Johnson is outside, 1-0. Now there's a swing and a miss, strike 1. And like I said, Sinden working quickly, like he's got that pitch clock. That major league pitch clock against him here. Goes up the mound, comes set, fires in the next one. That one's going to be a called strike 2. 1-2 now. 1 down in the inning. Next pitch from Sinden. Here's a swing, hot fly. This one, shallow right, but it'll be the second baseman who makes the grab on it. That's a different player out there. That is not Sharoma. See if I can get a number for you out there. Looks like that is 16. That is Easton Hance who makes the grab for out number 2. So I do believe, and again, I'm really acting non-committal on this because sometimes I do or don't think I actually know it. I believe Richland might be down to its final out here. Jude Kramer at the plate, watching one inside, ball 1. Next pitch, Kramer going to take it all the way. Ball 2, inside. Kramer struck out looking his first time up. 1 of 3 strikeouts for Sinden today. Going to fire another one in. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 1. 2-1 now the count here. Base is empty, bottom of the fourth. Next one, swing, popped it up. This time, looks like left side, foul territory. Houston makes the grab. That'll be out number 3. And that'll do it here. Like I said, run rule 15 after 3. Richland got their opportunity. This one does come to a close. So a 10-run fourth pushes the Bulldogs to victory here today. They win this one via run rule in the 4th inning. Final score 17-1. So we're going to do what we always do. I'll take a couple minutes. I'll let a few more ads play. Let a few more sponsors identify themselves. We'll come back. We'll go over some final numbers. And then I'll set you up for what we got next week. And then close this one out. Again, your final, Dixon 17, Richland 1. Back in a few. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball here on Z102.3.
Again?
Yeah.
I'm on my way.
What you put off maintaining today could cost you more later on. When it comes to your vehicle's tires, it's essential for your safety and the safety of others that your tire pressure, tread, and sidewalls are in good shape. Drive with peace of mind.
At Clark Tire Company of Camdenton, you can always count on the friendly staff who value their customers. For tire service and maintenance to keep your family safe, stop in Clark Tire of Camdenton.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Once more here in Richland. This one in the books. A game that takes just under an hour and a half to play here today. This game ending via run rule, 17-1. Dixon defeats Richland here in our Frisco League action here tonight. Connor Harbin here with you, wrapping this one up here as we go over some final numbers here for you in this one. Well, for Dixon today, it was a good day for him. 17 runs on 7 hits. We'll get to that here in just a moment, but still 7 hits for him today. No errors in the field and 3 runners left on base. Meanwhile, how about Richland? They pick up 1 run on 2 hits. They commit 11 errors in the field, including 6 errors in that 4th inning, and they leave 2 runners on base. So again, it's been unfortunate, but you got to make the plays out there in the field. And unfortunately, Richland, just too many errors that could have been prevented. Errors such as simply trying to get the ball back to the pitcher or making the throw from second to first. So they'll try to right that ship. Of course, Richland now 2 games under 500. They'll be back at it. And of course, they'll try to get that win back next time out. Richland falls to 4-6 on the season. Dixon now 14-3. I know I said 10-3 earlier. Apologies. They're actually 13-3. They extend that winning streak of theirs to 5 games now. And of course, we take a look at what these two teams will be doing next. For Dixon, it'll be a game on Tuesday. As they go back home, they will be taking on Plato, and I do believe, as I actually see that game in the schedule on the Dixon side of things, I believe that's actually our next game up. So look forward to that. We'll actually be traveling to Dixon next. They'll be taking on Plato. That's scheduled for a 5 o'clock start. Of course, that'll be right here, Z102.3. But meanwhile, for Richland, next time up, that'll be a Monday game for them. They'll take the weekend off. They will be on the road for a couple games next week, back-to-back days. April 24th, they'll be at Climax Springs, and then on the 25th, they will be at Max Creek. So we'll see if Richland can pick up those 2 wins next week to get back to 500. So again, I mentioned our broadcast schedule for next week. I do believe 2 games next week for you. I had my memory jog there looking at the Dixon schedule. I do believe we'll have the Bulldogs once again, but their first time back in Dixon, as they'll be taking on Plato on Tuesday, 5 o'clock start, Z102.3. And then Wednesday, we will have Waynesville baseball for you. The very next day, the Tigers are going to be welcoming the Rolla Bulldogs into town. So a couple fun games coming up next week. We'll see how things go, but I think that'll go ahead and do it for us here tonight. No reason to extend this one any further. For Dan back in the studio, I am Connor Harbit. Hope you enjoyed listening to this one as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you here tonight. Again, your final score, Dixon 17, Richland 1. You've been listening to. Till next time, you've been listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3. Good night, everybody. Be good people.
You've been listening to Waynesville Tiger Baseball on 102.3 on your FM dial. Brought to you by Air Serv Heating and Air, the Marys County Bank, Mailbox It, Lowe's Chevrolet, the Bank of Crocker, Waynesville Memorial Chapel, Zed Morris Ford, Shelter Insurance Agents Dave Holland and John Gregory, St. Robert Auto Supply, Phelps Health, the Bank of Iberia, and the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company. We hope you enjoyed today's games. We'll see you next time here on 102.3 FM for more Waynesville Tiger Baseball.